Hey guys, how you guys doing? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Tinu and I'm back with another video. Today's video, I will be doing a haul. This is a massive haul. The biggest haul that I've done as of yet. I'm talking about 18 fragrances. This haul has been accumulated. Don't think I just went on a whim on a shopping spree binge and just brought 18 fragrances at once. This is just like a 5-month haul and I've been picking up fragrances that I haven't really talked about on my channel. I have tried a couple of them. Some I have not worn before, so those will be kind of like first impressions. But the ones that I have worn, I will tell you a little bit about them, the longevity, projection, and sillage. If you're seeing me for the first time and you don't know who I am, my name is Tinu. I'm a lover of fragrance, beauty, and lifestyle. If that is what floats your boat, then please subscribe to this channel. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Let YouTube know that you love my content. And if you're already a subscriber, thank you guys so much for your continued support. And thank you guys so much for commenting, liking, and sharing my videos. Now let's get started. The first fragrance I'm going to talk about is from Vertus. It's called Vanille Oud. Vanille Oud opens up as a very woody fragrance. It is a vanilla fragrance at heart, but it's a little aromatic and slightly sweet. It does have that note of caramel that lends to the sweetness. This is a really great oud to like. It's not a barnyard oud. It's not an earthy, pungent oud. It's just a mellow oud that is very great to get along with. Will I say this is a blind buy worthy scent? No, it's not. Because some people might find it a little bit too much. But this is just a perfect scent for fall. If you're looking for a scent that is sexy, that is silky. I wore this one day and I had so many compliments. People were saying that this just smelled like someone that is expensive. I love it. I've had this on my wish list for quite a bit, so this is not something I just went off on a whim and brought. I literally had this sitting on my Fragrantica and I finally said, you know what? I found a great deal on Jomashop and I pulled the trigger. This is something that you can wear to a party, you can wear to an event, and you will command presence. It does have a bunch of notes. It has some saffron in the top and the mid, and you get that rhubarb note. It's more of a smooth rhubarb because I know some people can find rhubarb off-putting, but in this fragrance, it's just beautifully done. And then when you get to the mid, you do get that saffron again, and you get couple of roses and some jasmine. And then when it dries down, that's where the magic happens. Then you get that sweetness from the caramel, you get the tonka bean, which makes it even more vanillic with the vanilla note, and you get some woody notes of guaiac wood and vetiver. This is absolutely the best blind buy I've ever had so far. It is just a good vanilla. It's not your basic vanilla. No, this is not like vanilla sex from Tom Ford. This is sexy vanilla, out of this word vanilla, okay? Get your nose on it, sample it, and come back and thank me later. I decided to venture into the house of Tiziani Terenzi. I have Tiziani Terenzi fragrances, but I haven't brought one in quite a bit. So I was like, what do I want to add to my collection? And then I saw this fragrance on Fragrantica. I was looking at the fragrances that I wanted to get. I saw this fragrance and it kind of piqued my interest because of the notes that it had. And it's a gourmand, of course. You guys know I'm a gourmand lover. Gourmand is just one of the fragrance categories that kind of intrigues me because I love to smell like food. The fragrance I'm talking about here is called Al Contra Trio. Now this fragrance is another vanilla. It is just more sweet. It has a little touch of woodiness. It's a little bit spicy at the same time. It has a note of cacao, so it has a kind of powdery chocolatey vibe to it and a little bit of nuttiness to it. I believe it might have a hazelnut, and it does have this note of malt. It kind of gives me a kind of syrupy kind of smell to it, and you do get a slight woodiness with the ebony wood that's in this fragrance, and it has a note of sugarcane. Now this fragrance is so sweet, it's so delectable, it's very impeccable. If you are not a gourmand lover, I would say stay away from this fragrance. Do not get it, you will be sorry. But if you love gourmands, get it, you will not be sorry. It is a unique fragrance. I've never heard anyone talk about this fragrance. I am so glad that it was a blind buy success, not a blind buy fail. I can't wait to get this on my skin. So definitely it's gonna go up on a tray and I'm going to be wearing it. I feel like this is gonna be great in the cold months, and it's going to be great in the fall. So it's a really, really great one if you're looking for a fall or winter fragrance that is something unique. Shifting gears, I'm going to talk about the two fragrances from Glossier. This is Glossier You Rev and Dough. This is a flanker to the original Glossier You, and this one promises much of like a floral, musky, fruity fragrance, while this one is more of a musky vanilla. So I'm going to talk about them real quick, and we're going to start with my favorite of the boat, Rev. Now You Rev opens up with a fruity, fresh, woody, musky, powdery presence. I wore this to work, got so many compliments. When I couldn't smell this fragrance, I was still getting compliments. And that is one thing I learned about the You line, and with other fragrances that are similar to it, like Superdose by Juliet Has a Gun. These fragrances tend to make you not smell them, and then everyone else can smell you really pungently. The top notes is buttercream. The middle notes are almond, iris, plum, and sandalwood. The base notes are ambrette and broxen. Maybe the buttercream is what is making me feel like it's a beautiful fragrance, because it just feels so warm and cozy and fruity and yummy. Okay, and it's just like an everyday fragrance that you can wear to work, you can wear to the office, and you're not going to choke anyone out. It smells like skin, but fruity, juicy, sexy skin. So I like it. I actually like it, and I feel like this is a really good release from Glossier. I really don't like the original for some odd reason, but I do like the flankers. Now You Dough is much of an ambery, woody, musky fragrance. This one is slightly aromatic at the same time, a little bit of fruitiness, not too much. It's not as fruity as You Rev, it's more dialed back. It is more on the lines of the original You, but better. I actually like it better than the OG, best believe it, but I like Rev better than this one. I brought this to work, and I had people test both of them out, and some people really liked the Dough version than the Rev. This is another one that is catering to people that are just minimalists, that don't like too loud fragrances, that like your skin but better, that like just a nice clean scent that's not overwhelming. People that are irritable to like scents that are strong, like Nomad from Bond Number 9 is a strong beast mode fragrance. If you're a person that don't like too heavy scents, you will like the Glossier You line, and you would adore it, because it's not too heavy, it's not crazy, it's not gonna kill you. It's just a simplistic, everyday fragrance. So I'm glad I actually got the both of them, because I feel like they will fit in my line of work. So if I do want to tone it down and wear something simple, I can pull these out and wear them, and no one will be offended. So yeah, it was a great purchase, and I'm glad I added these to my collection. Shifting gears, we're going to talk about ItsYourGirlTinu perfumes that I brought. The first ItsYourGirlTinu perfume I'm going to talk about is La Capitale. I've wanted this on my list for so long. I got Juliana's perfume, I think it's called, I forgot, Center of Attraction. I will link it down below. I got a dupe to it, and I was not satisfied till I got the actual fragrance. And I finally got the fragrance, and I must say, guys, that this is the best fragrance ever. It is fruity, it is caramelly, it is warm spicy, it is very sweet. You know how they said Mula Mula smells like it? No, they smell nothing alike. I will be honest with you. And I know they also say Pop Heart from Plume Impressions smell like it, and it does not smell like it. This is its own fragrance. I'm telling you, it is sexy. I can't stop sniffing this. This is a beast mode fragrance. I will tell you hands down. I wore it one day, feeling myself going to work, put it on my wrist. When I tell you that that was on my wrist for 12 hours, I kid you not. And it's only a 50 ml bottle. I'm really a sourpuss about that because Xerjoff, what are you doing? Like, this should have been in a 3.4 fluid ounce. Why are you doing a 1.7? It don't make no sense for this fragrance. Oh my God, it is so good. And the notes do not justify the smell that you're getting that is permeating the air. La Capitale has top notes of strawberry, some caramel, and peach and labdanum, and then you get some middle notes of leather. That leather is really great. It's not a bitter leather, it's just a smooth leather. And then you get some amber, some saffron, some ginger in there, you get some rose, and then at the base you get that vanilla and benzoin. Oh, I would say this might even be blind buy worthy. I think you could get away without smelling this and you'll be fine. If you're the person that likes the scents that I like, this is blind buy safe for me. If you do not like loud scents, no, do not try it. I will say get a sample before you buy. I'm glad that I added this to my collection finally, after many years of contemplating whether I was going to get this or not. Continuing with the Xerjoff train, I also got Starlight. I remember I featured this in my warm spicy video. If you want to see the video, I will link it up and I will be able to tell you a little bit more. I won't talk too much about it, but I'll just tell you that this is the best spicy ginger bomb fragrance. It has, I believe, cinnamon in there. It is just that good, like everyone says. This one I feel like is more blind safe than La Capitale. It is not too crazy. It's very, very demure, very sexy. It's not too beast mode, so I feel like you can get away with this, and it does last. So I will just keep it short and sweet. But I am enjoying this and I'm glad I added this to my collection. This is going to be a hit during the holidays for Thanksgiving and Christmas. So I feel like this is the vibe that I get from this fragrance. I love it and I'm glad that I added this to my collection. Now the next fragrance from Xerjoff is called Quatro Pz. This is from their Casa Morati line. I have about 5 bottles total from that line and this is my least favorite. I will tell you a little bit more why and why this might be up for declutter. This fragrance opens up very green. I didn't know it was so green because if I had known, I would have not even purchased it. It has notes of tuberose in there. It's a little sweet, very aromatic. It's super uber aromatic. It's not just lightly aromatic. It's not too much of vanilla for me. It's a little spicy. This fragrance has notes of Davana at the top, some rum, some pink pepper, some coriander, and then when you get to the middle notes, you do get that tuberose and the coconut, and then at the base, you do get the tobacco, the tonka bean, and the hay. Now, when I tell you this fragrance just bugs the hell out of me, I am not kidding you. This fragrance is rated 4 stars on Fragrantica. Everyone loves this fragrance. I don't understand why. The problem is that when I smell this on my daughter, I get why they love it. On me, it smells like pure, horrid gasoline. Have you ever had those, they call them camphor? We use it in Nigeria to like put it on the ground so we can chase the roaches away. Those little white balls, that's what this smells like with perfume mixed into it. I'm smelling it from the nozzle. It smells really good. But when it comes on my skin, it gets in contact with my skin. It turns horrid. For the life of me, I'm trying to give it a shot. There is a dent even there because it shows you that I really tried to give this a shot. It is strong, beast mode even. So if it doesn't work on your skin, this will practically be there all day until you take a shower. I just couldn't stand it. I took a whole shower just to get this smell off of me because it was just too much. And the note that I think that's bothering me is the hay note and probably the Divana, because I have no problems with rum, pink pepper, tuberose, coconut, and tobacco. I have a lot of tobacco fragrances. I have too many coconut fragrances that I can count. And I love tuberose. Tuberose is one of my white floral notes that I love. The composition just did not work. And it could also be the coriander. I don't have a lot of perfumes with coriander in there, but this fragrance was just not compatible with my skin. And I've never come across a fragrance that didn't work with my skin, and this was the first one. I guess there's a first time for everything, and this just wasn't it. You know, I like the bottle. It's so cute. I was trying to give it another shot, try to give it another wear. Maybe it needs to sit a little bit. Maybe I sprayed the nozzle out because there is a dent there now. For the ones that love it, kudos to you, and I'm glad it worked out for you. But for me, it's not working out. But I'm gonna try again, and I'll let you guys know in a later video. Next fragrance is from Manera. This has always been on my wish list for a long time. This is called Choco Violet. Now this is a chocolatey, powdery violet fragrance. It has nuttiness to it. It has sweetness to it. It's vanillic. It has something balsamic about this, and it's slightly spicy as well. I really love this. This is what I thought it would be. Glad it wasn't a blind buy fail. It's awesome. Like, I will tell you a little bit more, but I haven't tried this on. I haven't given it a full wear. At first sniff, it was a love. I will tell you, it's a love for me. It low-key reminds me of Insolence by Guerlain, but with chocolate added to it, because that one don't have a chocolate note, but this one smells just like it. But I like it. It's a different take on what I just mentioned. Oh yes, the chocolate is prominent in there. So I really enjoy this. This one, I don't understand why for the life of me I didn't get this any sooner, but I'm glad I added this to my collection. It really has a nutty note of hazelnut at the top, some orange and bergamot, and then when you get to the middle notes, you do experience that dark chocolate and the violet that's in there, and at the base you get that musk and vanilla. I absolutely adore this fragrance. I'm glad I added this to my collection because it's a very unique fragrance from Manera. It is not super loud from what I'm smelling, but it looks like it's going to be a long-lasting fragrance regardless. I can't wait to wear it and let you guys know more about it in the update. So I'm enjoying it so far, and it's a love for me. Next fragrance is from BDK Perfumes. This is called Possessoir Extrait. Now, I didn't get the OG because I already knew it was not a one-hitter. And the reason I said that, it wasn't great on longevity by everyone that I know that has it, and I decided to get the extracts. By the way, Rouge Smoking is out. I can't wait to get that next. If you're watching, my husband, that's on my wish list. Please get that for Christmas. Now, this one is a very fruity fragrance. It is not meant to be a fall and winter fragrance for me to wear. I got it for a great deal, $160, best believe it, and that's why your girl got it. I will not pay $309 for this bottle. Nope, I will not pay that. So I got it gray market price, and this is going to be kept till next year. I might even wear it maybe one day this month just to kind of get a feel of it, but majorly it'll be worn during the spring and summer. Now this fragrance opens up very fruity. It is a very slightly spicy. It has some florals to it. It is fresh. It's very citrusy. It has something of a slight aromatic vibe to it, and it's a very little woody touch to it as well. The top notes are pear, ginger, mandarin orange, and then you're getting cacao powder. Anything chocolate, cacao, you sold me with it. And then it has notes of black pepper, very a little bit of spiciness to it with that ginger and black pepper. Then you get the quince, the peach, and jasmine with orange blossom in the mid. At the base, you get patchouli, and you get cashmere, benzoin, and vanilla. So if that sounds like a good no construction for you, get it. I'm so glad I got this. This is a blind buy success to the core. It is a very juicy, mouth-watering, fruity fragrance. When I tell you the longevity is forever, because I did test it out on the wrist, and let me tell you, I washed my hands so many times and this fragrance still was on my hands. That's how good it lasts on the skin. So this is one of those beast mode, tropical, summer, spring fragrance that you need in your life. So if you can get this for a steal, if I ever find it for another deal, I will link it down below, let you guys know so you can get this deal too. Because let me tell you, your girl likes to shop on a budget, and I love a good discount. So if I find something that is discounted, girl, I will not pay full price for that. I do like the soft life to an extent, but I don't like to be stupid when I spend my money, right? I got it, and I'm so glad I added this to my collection. It's been on my wish list for quite a bit. I do have a Middle Eastern haul coming up, so if you guys, be patient, let me get all my fragrances together, and I'll bring that video out for my Middle Eastern lovers. Now, let's talk about this beauty that I got from Marc Jacobs. This is Marc Jacobs Perfect Elixir. Now, tell me why I never got the OG Marc Jacobs Perfect or the intense version or the EDT. So now I'm so intrigued that I want to get the intense version and skip the first one and see the difference between the two. But I will tell you that I do love this fragrance. The thing I don't love about it is the longevity. It is just piss poor performance. 4 hours. It vanishes into thin air. It's not even a beast mode fragrance at the beginning. I mean, when you spray it, it comes out moderately. It's not a big sillage, it's not a big projection, and then within 30 minutes it becomes so light, and then when it starts to fade, it's like, where the heck is this fragrance? It smells really good. I mean, I wanted to enjoy the whole scent bubble I was getting. So that's the only thing I can say about this fragrance that is really negative. It is a good fragrance, but if you can't stand for a fragrance that doesn't last long, do not get it, okay? It's in my collection. Look, I dented it. That's how much I sprayed the heck out of this fragrance because I was trying to get that scent bubble, right? But it just was not working. It was kind of a letdown, but I like the fragrance. I mean, it's not something that's gonna make me puke. It is an everyday fragrance. I can wear it to work. I got compliments, and I'm glad that I got this for the deal that I got it for. I got it for $87 on fragrancebuy.ca, another great marketplace. By the way, guys, I will be coming out with a where to buy perfumes video, okay? I know you guys have asked that from me, and I've been turning on deaf ears or either having dementia at some point. But I will get that video out so you guys can know where you can shop. I know not all of y'all just want to do Middle Eastern fragrances. Y'all like niche, and you want to shop right for niche fragrances and get them at a good discount, and designer fragrances as well. So I can let you guys know the couple of sites that I've been shopping around so you guys can get your fragrances on a budget, right? Now, Perfect Elixir opens up with a honey, a plum, and a rhubarb. And then when you get to the mid, you have amber and orange blossom, and at the base you do have resin, patchouli, and vanilla. Now, I see why I like this fragrance is the honey note that does it for me, and the plum and rhubarb. Those three combinations, you sold me with it. I just wish that they just made this fragrance super uber long lasting. Maybe throw in an oud in there. That could have just done it for me. It could have just made this fragrance spectacular. They called this fragrance Elixir. It should have been called Perfect Lightweight. They could have added pearl blossom or some sandalwood or some Palo Santo. It would have made this fragrance stand out. It's an okay fragrance, but will I recommend it? No, I will not recommend it. Please save your coins, okay? Save it to buy something else. Speaking of a designer fragrance that really packed the punch, Devotion by Dolce & Gabbana. Now, this fragrance blew me out the water. Like, seriously. The notes on Fragrantica are not given. I think Dolce & Gabbana lying somewhere. They're telling me that only hazelnut, orange blossom, and vanilla's in this. When I smelled this fragrance, there's about 10 different notes that are missing from this composition. This fragrance is very similar to the OG, but more sweeter, more vanillic, more lemony. Even though it has an orange blossom, there is that lemon still in there that they didn't list over here. So I feel like they lied to us. When I tell you this fragrance got me so many compliments yesterday, I kid you not, it was ridiculous. And it was going on for 10 hours plus. People were still complimenting me. So this is really beast mode. It's strong. It is not a lightweight like the other fragrance I just talked about. This one is strong. It will get you going for a full work day. It is how lemon should be done. Now, the last Devotion, I was thinking about decluttering it because I already love this so much, and that's more of a like. But I already have a mini dent, so I don't want to like kind of push it. I might just use it up and just get rid of the bottle. The beast mode nature of this fragrance is out of this world. It's really beast mode. Projection is maybe 9 out of 10. It smells gourmand. Very gourmand than the first one. The first one to me smelled like Pledge Cleaner at first. As I wore it, it kind of died down. It kind of smelled more of the panna cotta that was in that fragrance. Smells like they have the panna cotta still in there, and they added some kind of marshmallow or whipped cream note, and they added some form of cacao in there. I did hear some people say that they didn't get the hazelnut. So when you spray this fragrance, it actually is more lemony in the beginning. As it dries down, like maybe the 4th hour, you do get the hazelnut note. It's there. Overall, I enjoy it. It's a blind buy love in my book. I recommend it. Do not get the OG. If you're trying to get Devotion, just go ahead and skip that and get the Intense. You will save your money and you will thank me later. Next fragrance is my first Atelier d'Ors. This is Oud Sur. I'm glad I finally got my hands on it. It's been on my wish list for like a year or so. My sister finally convinced me to get it. Literally, I buy everything based on my sister's recommendation. She is the hidden person behind me that always tells me what to get. This fragrance is dates. If you like dates, you will like this fragrance. When I first got this fragrance, the first initial blast, I still get that smell. There is something in here off-putting for me. It's the Pearl Blossom. I'm 100% sure. I have familiarized myself with notes like guacwood, sandalwood, vanilla. Sandalwood doesn't bother me. The patchouli doesn't bother me. And I don't know if the patchouli in here is even obscene, that it's just messing with the Pearl Blossom and making it smell a little bit slightly mentally at the beginning. For me, it is more of like an animalic smell at the top, but when it dries down, oh my God, guys, you do get that beautiful cinnamon, you do get the dates in there and some plum, some heliotrope. That off-putting smell actually dissipates once you spray it on and you give it like about 15 seconds, it dies down, which I really like, because if not, this would have been a return to sender. This would have been a sale on Mercari if that didn't happen, because I was just telling my sister about it that I really didn't like the initial spray, that it smelled kind of off-putting, but she was like, give it a chance, give it a chance. So I did give it a chance. I let it dry down and I was like, oh yeah, it smells good, it smells good, you know, I like it. And there is jasmine in here. If you're not a jasmine lover, stay away. The jasmine in here is quite strong, but overall this is a beautiful fragrance. It's very sexy. Black tie affair. Like, I feel like if you are dressed up for the ball or for a prom, this would be a good fragrance to wear and pull out, because you will pull the stops. You will have people stopping you on the street, asking you what you're wearing, and like literally, you know, trying to get in your scent bubble. So I like it. It's really not bad. I got it also gray market price, did not pay full price. None of these were paid full price, okay? I will link them down below where you can get them. This, I feel like, is on Jomashop for a real great price for $130. And I think this retails for like either $260 or $250 or almost $300 or so. Let's talk about the bottle. These gold flakes are just giving me, you know, the feels. I love gold jewelry, if you guys can't tell already. So this was just an icing on the cake. It just makes the bottle look really beautiful, really magnificent. I'm just gonna let you guys look at the gold flakes. It's just beautiful. Again, I love this and I do recommend it. Is it blind buy safe at all? Get a sample, get your nose on it, and let me know what you think. And if you like it, grab your bottle, right? I got a mini sample. This actually was from Ipsy Box. I'm just gonna include this there. It's kind of like an honorable mention. They sent me a box. I was able to pick out my items, and in the box you could add add-ons, right? So they did have commodity juice as an add-on, and I wanted to try the fragrance without actually buying the full bottle. So this is like a mini 1 ounce bottle. It smells like Angel Nova from Terry Mugler. I'm so glad that I didn't buy this full bottle, because I would have been so disappointed, because I don't want another fragrance that smells like something I already have. This one is so close. I'm telling you, if you have Angel Nova, let me tell you, just skip this fragrance and keep it pushing, okay? You do not need to add this into your collection. It does smell really good. So this is something I probably will pop in my bag and take it to work if I just wanted it to smell good for the moment. But is it groundbreaking? No, it's not groundbreaking. I don't think you should shell out $150 for this, because there are other fragrances that are way better. I feel like Angel Nova is way better in my opinion, but they smell really dead on. Like, I will say 90% the scent profile. This is kind of something that I wanted to try, and I'm glad I got it. It's nothing bad, you know, something to have. Next fragrance is from Finks Fragrances. This is called Egyptian Sugar Soiree. Now this is another vanilla sweet fragrance. If I don't already have too many vanillas at this point, this is a little bit of a fluffy coconut amber kind of sweet fragrance. Oh my god, this fragrance really smells good. It smells good, really, really good. It has top notes of milk cream, some coconut milk, and then you get loads of coconut in the mid, some sweet notes, some vanilla, and then in the base you do get benzoin. I believe there is a tonka bean and probably a musk. Now this fragrance is just Bianco Latte but elevated. It's more sweeter, more light and airy. So if you were off-putted by Bianco Latte and you felt like it was too thick, this will be better for you, because this is not as thick, but it's quite long lasting as well. It's just, ooh, just uber sexy. This feels like your skin on a sugar high. If you like Bianco Latte, you definitely will like this one too. It's a little bit different in that I said it's a little more sweeter, more complex in my opinion. I think it's the coconut milk that's giving it that complexity. It's a little latonic. It smells like there's marshmallows in here too. It's a love, and it's a blind buy success. I think this will be blind buy safe too. I feel like if you wanted to get this, I feel like you will not be sorry. So I love it, and I'm glad that I add this to my collection. Next fragrance on the lineup is from Parfums Roman. This is called D'Ambrosia. Now this is a very fig fragrance. This is a little fruity at the top. It's slightly woody as well. I wanted a fig fragrance that was unique, that had some complexity to it, but I found that this is a little linear. It's a really good fragrance, but it's a very linear fragrance. It is a little bit of woodiness with that sandalwood. It does have pear, it has grapes and almond. So you do get a slight nuttiness to it, but I feel like this is a little bit of Gris Chanel with some nuttiness and something extra sweet. If you're a person that didn't like Gris Chanel, this will be a different fragrance to try out that you probably would like. You know how they say don't rub your fragrances together? This one does not have a base. It does not have a top or a base or a mid. It's all in one note construction. So that's why I said it's quite linear. So you do not need to like let it dry. You can rub it together when you spray. When I looked at the brand and I did my research, I found out about this brand. So it's a great fragrance. I'm glad I got it. It had some rave to it, and that's why I wanted to add it to my collection. The longevity on this is actually quite there. It actually quite lasts on the skin. It lasts on me for a good 7-8 hours. So that's good for me. And I like it. So yeah, it's another fragrance that I feel like you can wear to the office and nobody will be offended. You will not cause someone to have an asthma attack. Again, I like it, and it's something that I'm gonna try, and I'll let you guys know if it's a love or a hate. I love Kajal. This is my 4th Kajal fragrance, and I wanted to try this so bad. It was on my wish list. This is called Joré. Now Joré is a honey bomb fragrance. You guys already know honey is one of my favorite notes. I do have another honey note fragrance that I'm going to talk about, but honey happens to be one of my favorite notes ever. It does have that honey, like I said, it is just a little fresh as well. It's very vanillic, slightly woody, and I do think it has some kind of yellow floral to it. I don't know if it's like a frangipani. Now this fragrance is not for the faint of hearts. If you're not a person that likes loud fragrances that announce their presence when you walk in, do not get this fragrance. It is beast mode, okay? The notes in here will kind of give you an idea. Now this fragrance is a very spicy fragrance. It has top notes of nutmeg, clove, ginger, pepper, bergamot, and lemon. In the mid, you do get ylang ylang, rose, and orange blossom. In the base, you get honey, tonka bean, vanilla, patchouli, musk, and cedar. I know my sister's gonna want a decant of this. I will surprise her. This is a good fragrance. It's just that good. It's sexy, uber feminine. It's just all the feels. Like if you are a classy lady, that's looking for a night out fragrance, this will be the best fragrance that you could ever lay your hands on. I literally went on Fragrantica and I was looking at the Kajal fragrances, and then I saw the notes and I decided to get it. It's not like somebody else had talked about it before. Later along the line, after I already received this product, I did realize that Veronica Says also talked about it. She must know what she's talking about, because she talked about this fragrance and she was like, she loves it and whatnot. So I'm not the only one that got this fragrance. She actually has it already. So it was kind of nice to see that we are kind of like scent twins. We kind of know what we're talking about. So this fragrance is really good. I really think it's awesome. I will say get a sample before you buy. Do not blind buy this fragrance. Please do not do it, okay? Because if you are not a fan of this scent construction, you might, you know, hate me altogether and click off my channel or something. I really think it's a hidden gem, and more people need to try it out and talk about it. It's really good. I finally got my hands on this beauty. This is from Ojar. This is Hawa Kiss. Now this is another honey bomb fragrance with saffron, some cardamom, and some pistachio. This fragrance is another recommendation from my sister. She's been telling me to get my hands on this fragrance. Finally got it for a discount, because I told her, you know, I'm not gonna pay $230 for this fragrance. I told her literally that, and I said I will wait for a discount, and sure enough, I found a discount. They only had 2 bottles left, and I took the plunge. Okay, I think I paid like $150 or so for this, but yeah, it was a great discount, so I went ahead and got it. Now this fragrance is a beautiful date honey bomb fragrance with some roasted nuts. Oh my god, this is a gourmand lover's dream. It has some rose, some sesame, some vanilla, some amber. You got that cardamom in there, the spiciness from that saffron. Now with the honey note, it's not animalic. I know some people don't like the animalic smell, like the raw honey smell. It is just a beautiful, sweet, sexy, juicy, decadent fragrance. My sister was right. This fragrance is amazing, and I feel like if you are someone that enjoys honey, you will love this fragrance. I haven't given it a full wear. This is just from first sniff. I sniffed it before, but I never actually put it on my body. I actually just put it on my wrist, but I never really kind of, you know, smelled it to see if it was still there. But with the smell of this fragrance, I feel like it's going to be a great projection. It's going to be great with sillage and all that good stuff. But I will update you guys on it when I give it a full wear. I will do some updates. I'm actually going to do my Middle Eastern updates, and then I'll do the other like designer and niche updates. But so far, I'm so glad I got my hands on this. This is a love at first sniff. So yeah, I love this fragrance, and I'm really excited to wear it. Now this fragrance has been a fragrance that I've coveted. I wanted to get this fragrance so bad since I watched my girl Jack's Beautiful You talk about this fragrance. Literally, it's my first Mind Games fragrance that I've ever purchased, and I'm going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. If she's watching, she knows what I'm talking about, okay? This is French Defense. When I tell you, I was just like waiting for a discount for this fragrance for so long. Finally got a discount thanks to Olfactory LLC, and I was able to get my hands on this. And when I tell you, I was so in a hurry to sniff this, I didn't want to wait for the video. I said I'm gonna sniff this fragrance, and if it's bad, I'm gonna kill myself. I'm not gonna do that, but you know, I was really like, I'm gonna be so mad, pretty much. When I sniffed this fragrance, and I literally rolled my eyes to the back of my head, I was like literally in a trance. This fragrance is one of the best unique cherry fragrances I've ever smelt in my life. If you go to the Fragrantica, there is not a real comparison to this fragrance, because there is no fragrance that smells like this, okay? It does not smell like Tom Ford's Lost Cherry, baby. It is its own fragrance. It's unique, it's sexy, it's demure, hidden on heels kind of fragrance. I don't care how much money you gotta save until Middle Eastern comes out with a dupe for this. You need your nose on this. It's a sexy fragrance. It is just absolutely divine, absolutely stunning. It just puts me in that baddie mode. You know, when you're a baddie and you know you are, literally that's the mode that this fragrance gets me on. It kind of puts me in the mode when I'm on the gym doing my kickbacks, trying to get my booty right. That's what I feel when I wear this fragrance. It's such a beautiful, appealing scent. The scent bubble is fantastic, impeccable. I am so glad I got myself this fragrance, and I'm so glad that it's in my arsenal. Now I really want to try other Mind Games fragrances. I do have a sample of Joby. It starts with a J. I can't pronounce it very well, but I like it and I want that fragrance. And I do have a sample of Queening and Grandmaster. So those three are on my list for anybody that wants to get me a Christmas gift. You know who you are. The notes for French Defense is cherry and violet and chamomile at the top. The middle notes are rose, geranium, and mimosa. The base notes are amber, blonde woods, and cedarwood. Now the notes are not giving you the picture of what this fragrance smells. Okay, when you see the notes, you're gonna be like, blah, blah, blah. It looks boring. When you get your nose on this, you are not gonna say that. You're gonna choke on your words and eat pie. This is so good. I love it so much. I enjoy it. It's just intoxicating. That's the word. Now that completes this haul. Did I say this video was not gonna be long? I probably lied. You know, I was talking about 18 fragrances, so you guys can understand why this video was long. I wasn't just talking about 8 fragrances. I mean 18 fragrances. That's quite a lot of spit to throw back, because imagine I had to clear my mouth so many times because I had so much spit in my mouth from talking too damn much. But I'm glad I was able to get through it. I hope you guys enjoy it. If you are new to my channel and you got to the end of the video and you haven't yet subscribed, what are you waiting for? The subscribe button is down below. It's lonely. It wants you to click it. Why not join the family? We are here to talk about fragrances, whether they're designer, niche, celebrity, or Middle Eastern. And you guys know I love my Middle Eastern hauls, and there will be one coming soon. So why not join and press the post notification so you can be notified of when a new video loads. And also, if you're already a subscriber and you've been watching me for quite a bit, thank you guys so much for your love and support. I really appreciate you guys that you took the time out of your busy day to watch this video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Let YouTube know that you love my content. Thank you guys again for watching. I will catch you guys again in another video. Bye.